Welcome back. This is the Lantern Year 9 Showdown. And the Lantern Year 9 Showdown is with the Kingsman Level 1. So first of all, let me read you the story, and then I'll introduce the survivors that are going out to defend our village from the Kingsman. Alright. So here we are with the Kingsman story event. This should be interesting. There was once a monster that was to lead the master's regal procession. First the monster came as a herald, then its hungry masters. So fierce were the monster's masters that it never thought to protect its own back, knowing what horrors lay behind it. So that story event really plays into one of the traits that he starts with, which is right here, and it is weak spot. So the monster has a -4 toughness from the blind spot. So easier to wound him for the blind spot. The King's Aura is another trait that he starts with. So the 3 battle pressure cards are on the top of the hit location deck, always. And at the start of the monster's turn, and whenever the hit location deck is shuffled, place them on top. So there's no way to get around that. King's Combat, at the start of each monster turn, perform a basic action, and then draw an AI. So kind of like the Butcher a little bit, he gets 2 actions. And then Outfighting, the Kingsman's reaches 2. He can attack a target up to space away, and the monster moves towards the target, and its movement 1 space away from the target. If the monster was already adjacent to the target, it will move 1 space away. So it tries to keep its distance. This means the Kingsman can attack on diagonals. Awesome. Can't make this guy too powerful, I guess. And with that being said, we've started our survivors down here where it needs to be. The white line reaches from board edge to board edge, so we start them here. And the terrain we drew, 3 columns is what he starts with. Orvane, 6 spaces away from all of their terrain, and debris has to be on a board edge. So we put that right under one of our survivors. So with that being said, we do have our 4 survivors we're taking out. So really quick, introducing them one by one. Sorry, the camera will get a little shaky here, but this is so that you guys can see what's going on. We're taking out Megara. So Megara is a new survivor. She's got 1 accuracy, 1 strength, 1 evasion, +2 for her equipment. She's just got the axe. You've got Diana over here. So Diana is also a new character, +1 on accuracy, strength, and evasion because of the Clan of Death. She has the catgut bow and bandages. We'll see if we need it. She also has the clawhead arrow, which we'll try to use right away. You got Muse. So Muse is one of our older characters. However, she did get the Endless Babble trait, so she can't encourage. She does have a +1 insanity to departing survivors, so we need to do that. She does have 23 insanity. She does have -1 accuracy from injuries she took earlier on. What does she have? She's got a broken arm. Okay. And then you got Thundar. So Thundar's another character who took a beating. He's got a -2 movement. He has a ruptured muscle, and he's got a destroyed back where he can only have strength 1 weapons. And that's really it with him. He's got a founding stone, so that's a strength 1 weapon that he can wield. Over here with Muse, she's going to be wielding the King Spear. And yeah, that's about it. So why am I taking these lame characters out? Lame not meaning stupid, but lame meaning broken. Because I'm figuring that we're going to die. So I'm going to let these characters have their last stand. Well, with Diana and Megara, it's their first stand. But for Thundar and Muse, we've left them in the village long enough. They've done nothing but procreate, having fun in the village, creating many children. I think it's time for them to go ahead and defend the village, defend their children, and pass on to the next world. So, who knows? Kingdom Death is a weird game. It's a lot of luck. Maybe they'll survive, and maybe they will take out the Kingsman. We can always hope. For right now, I'm giving everybody +1 insanity. That is because Muse is babbling endlessly, driving everybody crazy. I've already taken care of the stone noses that some of the characters have. And so Megra's got 2 insanity, Diana's got 2. Muse has 24 insanity now, and Thundar has 7. I'm not sure insanity plays a lot into the Kingsman battle, but we're going to find out. Alright, well, we're defending our home, so we actually get to go first. So what we're going to do is we're going to look for equipment. This iron, I don't plan to survive, so I don't know if I want to waste my time with survival. I do want to get this arrow into the Kingsman. So we're going to go ahead and dash. I'm going to dash all the way up to the iron ore with Diana. So she's going to use 1 of her survival to dash up there. And now she can use her movement and her action to shoot this claw head arrow. So she's going to shoot the claw head arrow, and it's a slow ammo. I have a bow. You must have a bow to use this. If you hit, the monster gains -1 evasion token. So it's a 6+ to hit. She has a +1 accuracy. It's a 5+ to hit. That is a miss. So that claw head arrow is used, and that is the end of her turn. We're going to go ahead and search this debris pile because, well, we could get a scrap sword. That would be awesome. Well, who doesn't have anything? Megara doesn't have anything. He has a full gear grid. So we're not going to do that. We're going to run him up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we'll hold there for a second. We're going to move her up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're going to hold there for a second. 5. The reason why we're holding there is because the 3 battle pressure cards are on top of the hit location deck. And so I really need to get through those to do any sort of damage to him. So Megara is going to come over 1, and she's going to search the debris pile because she does have a blank spot in her gear grid. I don't know why she has a blank spot, but she does. So she's going to search the debris pile and get a 4. Find useful remains, gain 1 random basic resource. Archive the train. Like I said, I don't know if we're going to survive this battle, so I'm not sure that actually helps us. But you never know. So we'll shuffle up the basic resources. We'll pull from the middle. It is hide. Not bad. Alright. So she finds hide. I'm okay with that. Oh, I found out why she's got a blank spot. She actually had monster grease fall off her thing. So it's a good thing we didn't find anything. Otherwise, I'd have to archive something. Probably would have been the stone noses. Okay, well, I could start using my survivals right now, but I'm not going to. I'm going to go ahead and let him attack, and then we'll see if we can't pile on our attacks and get through these battle pressures. So the first thing it says is King's Combat. He'll do a basic action. So if you take a look, there's his card. His basic action is Survivor in the blind spot. There is nobody. Closest threat. So closest threat is over here. That's going to be Thundar. Oh, I'm sorry. Thundar has a -2 movement. 1, 2, 3. I'm not used to a -2. Well, it is still him if I want it to be him. I would have made it him because he's the monster controller. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Well, he'll stop 1 space away. So let me read the rest of his card. Closest threat. So Thundar gets an insanity. So he's up at 8. I'm not used to working with broken characters, so keep me honest here. I think he's the only one with movement. Muse has a -1 accuracy. I'll have to remember that. Okay, move towards the target. Make a separate attack against each survivor in the highlighted zone in the order indicated by the arrows. Ooh, so that's going to end up being in front of him, everybody here. So let's not choose Thundar. Let's choose Muse. So let's get rid of that insanity I gave Thundar. And the reason for that is this targeting will actually target everybody here in these rows that go out. Let's see, 1, 2, 1, 2. So here to here. So we don't want to target somebody who's going to swipe everybody. Full move towards the target and make a separate attack against each survivor in the highlighted zone in the order indicated by the arrows. So that is just going to be Muse. It is 3 attacks. It is a 3+ accuracy. And Muse has no evasion. So 3+ to hit her. 2 hits on her. It's 3 damage. 3 damage to what 2 locations? I'm guessing she's going to dodge one of these, but we're going to find out. 3 damage to the head and the body. So she'll take the head because she's got a skull helm. She'll dodge the body, which uses one of her survivals. Okay. And after damage, bash and knock back 5 in the direction indicated by the arrows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and bash. Okay. That was his basic action. That's a nasty basic action. And now he'll pull an AI card, and it is kneel. It's an advanced card. The Kingsman stops suddenly, then kneels. The survivors are struck dumb and feel compelled to do the same. Everybody kneels. Roll a d10 for each threat. So that's just these 3. If the result is equal to or lower than the current insanity, they cannot resist and are knocked down. Okay, well, we'll start over here. And so this is Diana. She only has 2 insanity. So it says, if the result is equal to or lower than their insanity. 3. It's not. Megara, 2 insanity also. Nope. And Thundar, he's got a 7 insanity. So Thundar is knocked down. Any survivor whose result is higher than their current insanity gains +1 courage. Okay, so Diana gets a courage. And Megara gets a courage. That's cool. So it just knocked down. Oh, well, let's see what happens. That's it. Any survivor whose result is higher than their courage gains an insanity. Oh, well, that card's not bad. As long as you don't have insane characters, it's not bad. And Muse was already knocked down, so what does it matter? So this is the Kingsman's turn, and now it's the end of his turn. So now it's back to our turn. That was a decent round. I'm not trying not to get too optimistic. They were knocked down on his turn. So I think that Megara is going to encourage. Yeah, let's encourage Thundar. 1, 2, 3. He can't even get there. 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah, he can because he's not. No, he's knocked down on the square. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, he can't actually get there, but he can encourage somebody else. So Megara's going to encourage him. Does she keep her? Yes. So she encourages him to stand up. And he will encourage Muse to stand up. He loses his survival because they both have rawhide armor sets. So he's at 3. Okay, and now we start our turn after the encouragements. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So she can stay still with her catgut bow. Take 2 shots. It is a 7+, a 6+ because she has +1 accuracy. 6+ to hit the Kingsman. There's 1 hit on the Kingsman. It is battle pressure, of course. This hit cannot be canceled. If the survivor is adjacent to the monster, they may king step. This hit is canceled. So there's 1 battle pressure gone. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we will decide whether or not we're going to do it. If she hits twice, then we'll go ahead and dash her so that she can try to make an attack. So Muse is going to strike twice. She has a -1 accuracy. So she needs 7s to hit. And she misses twice. So there's really no reason to rush her over. When do we shuffle the battle pressures back in? At the start of the monster's turn. Okay. So there's really no reason for Megara to do anything. She could go ahead and, I guess, surge to try to attack twice. but I don't think I'm going to do that. Let's see. Okay. Go here. Now here. Okay, we'll stop there. And since Megra is not really going to do anything, she'll use her Rawhide Headband to look at these AI cards. Let's see. King's Axe. Don't want that. We'll do Cleave, and we'll put Cleave on the top. And the beginning of his turn. Okay, well, this is going awesome. The Kingsman's going to go ahead and do his basic action, which is 3 attacks. It is a 3+ to hit Megra because she is the closest. He can attack in a diagonal, so he doesn't even need to move. So 3+ to hit her. 3 hits on her. It'll be 3 damage to these locations. The foot, head, and hand. So she'll have to dodge the head. And the foot is a heavy injury for her. And the hand ends up being a severe injury for her. So we'll go ahead and roll on the severe injury chart. Okay, and that roll is a 5. Ruptured muscle, a painful rip. The arm hangs limp. You can no longer activate fighting arts. This injury is permanent. It can be rewarded once. Gain a bleeding token. She doesn't have any fighting arts. She does get a bleeding token. And alright, ruptured muscle. Got it. She is knocked down because it is a heavy injury, but he sweeps her to the side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because it's bashed and knocked down anyways for the basic action. Now he's going to go ahead and do Cleave. Closest threat in field of view. So 1, 2. Okay, and then he's going to attack. Full move towards the target. Make a separate attack against each survivor. So we're going to dash behind him so that we're not in that zone. And does... because Thundar has a -2 movement. Does he lose his? No, he does not. And now he's going to attack her with Cleave. So Cleave's his closest threat in field of view and range. That would end up being Megra. Full move towards the target. Make a separate attack against each survivor. It's almost the same as the basic action. It's 3 attacks. It always hits the head location, so this could be bad. 3+ accuracy. She has a +3 evasion, so 3 + 4 + 5 + 6+ to hit her. So of course, whenever I need to roll low, I always roll high. That's 3 hits on her, all to the head location. She'll dodge one of them. Does she lose that? She does. So she's down to 3 survival, which may not matter anyways, because the first head injury goes to heavy, which knocks her down, and the next one goes to severe head injury. So she'll roll on the severe head injury chart. A 6. It is deaf. You won't hear it coming. Suffer -1 evasion. The injury is permanent and can be recorded once. Gain a bleeding token. So she is deaf now. So no longer being encouraged. And she gets a -1 evasion, which takes her down to a base evasion of 0. Okay. Of course, I could do the Drydecanthus. When you depart, gain +2 survival. When you suffer a severe injury, ignore it and archive this card instead. Oh, when you suffer severe injury, ignore it and archive this card instead. I don't think it gives you an option. Correct me if I'm wrong. That card doesn't give you an option. It says whenever you suffer a severe injury, ignore it and archive that. So let me back up. She's just knocked down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 over, and the Drydecanthus is now archived because it doesn't give me an option. Okay, well, that is the end of that attack. And I'll put Cleave in the discard pile. We know what this card is now. But now it's time we need to start getting people up, even though Megara is knocked down and Joshi's not deaf now. So Thundar is going to use his survival and encourage. He doesn't lose it. Okay? Megara's going to use hers to encourage, and she doesn't lose it. And now it's time to see if we can't get through some of these battle pressures and do some damage to him. So first thing first, we're going to fire our bow. Wow, should we fire our bow, or should we just run up and try to hit him with the bone blade? I think we're going to run up and hit him with a bone blade. 1, 2, 3. The reason is I got a better chance. 3. Yeah, I got a better chance to take some of these things off. Accuracy +1. Bone blade is a 6+. It's a 5+ to hit him. Good freaking God. Thundar is going to come up. 1, 2. And he's going to hit him with the Founding Stone. It's a 7+, 6+ because I'm in the blind spot. There's 2 hits, both battle pressures. Okay, first battle pressure. Boom. This hit is canceled. If the survivor is adjacent to the monster, they may king step. We're going to king step. Why not? Let's see if we can't do some damage to this Kingsman. A lot of times I don't king step, but these survivors are almost a lost cause, so let's see what we can do. So here's king step. Resist the unspoken pressure of the monster's onslaught. Your body trembles and your mind wavers. You struggle just to stay standing against the pressure projected by the monster. Discard all unresolved hit locations. End your attack and attempt to overcome. So, we'll discard these. Okay. And if your settlement is innovated Forbidden Dance, we have not. Okay, so overcome. It's a 1d10. Add +1 to your result for each tempo token. I don't have tempo tokens right now. So here we go. 10. 10. Holy cow. You grasp the pattern behind the monster's fine movements, a rhythm that lets you control the pace of the fight. You have overcome the battle pressure and learned something valuable. Gain the King Step secret fighting art. Go Thundar. Alright, so let me pull the King Step secret fighting art. I'll read it to you. So here is the King Step fighting art. Okay, let me read it. Whenever you attack, you may discard any number of battle pressure hit locations drawn and draw an equal number of new hit locations. Whenever you attack, after drawing hit locations but before rolling to wound, you may choose one hit location drawn, discard it, and draw a new hit location. Traps will cancel these effects. Whenever you attack, you discard any battle pressures and draw new ones, and then after drawing hit locations but before rolling to wound, you may discard one and draw another. So that's awesome. So good for him. So that was well worth it. Now, as long as we keep Thundar alive, we can get rid of these battle pressures. Possibly. Okay, so I tell you what, we're going to go ahead and have him surge, and he's going to attack again. So he did not lose his survival on the surge. And he's going to go ahead and attack twice. He needs 6s to hit. There's 1 hit. So battle pressure, we'll discard it per King Step. We'll draw this one. Axe Blade, first strike if the attacker has heavy gear. I do not. Return the discarded battle pressure cards at the top of the hit location deck. Well, we don't want to do that, so we'll discard that hit location and draw another. Oh, Impervious. So we can only crit this. So he needs a 10. That is the opposite of a 10. And so that's done. Well, now that we're doing that, we're going to go ahead and surge Diana with the Bone Blade. So she's going to be down to 2 survival. Okay. And 2 strikes. She needs 5s to hit. There's one hit, and it hits the Vambrance. There is a reflex, so let's crit this thing. It's a 2 strength. She has a +1. It's a 3 strength, and the Kingsman has a Kingsman level 1 has a toughness of 12. So a 3 strength. I need a 9. There's a crit. There is no crit location here, so it's just a wound. And it states, reflex, turn to face the attacker, then without turning, move the monster 2 spaces away from the attacker. 1, 2. Well, that's good. If the attacker has King Step, then we fold the Kingsman and move 2 spaces forward. Otherwise, cancel all hits now out of range. Our first damage on the Kingsman. And he put us in perfect position. We're going to have Megara step up. It's a 6+, 5+, 4+ to hit the Kingsman here. So a 4+ to hit the Kingsman. There's 2 hits on the Kingsman. Oh my god! Just when we're doing so good. Gouts of acid spew from the cracks in the monster's armor. Attacker is doomed. All survivors within 2 spaces, which is just her, suffer damage to a random hit location to the number of wounds in the wound stack. Oh, it's only 1. So she'll suffer 1 to the head, which takes her into severe injury. So, going back to the severe injury chart, we'll do a roll. It is a 6 on her head. Now she definitely is deaf. It's the same roll she had before. I mean, she was bound to be deaf. So, -1 on her evasion. She is now deaf. Okay. And gain a bleeding token. I don't know how acid gives me a bleeding token. But there it is for her. Any survivors with a shield may elect to protect themselves and ignore the trap, returning to discarded battle pressure cards to the top of the hit location deck. Okay. Well, that's going to end that turn quick for us because there's nothing really I can do with that. How unfortunate that trap was near the top of this hit location deck. Do I cut the hit location deck? I do. Battle pressures go back on top. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to go here. And no, I don't get knocked down because I didn't fill in the knockdown box. And the severe injury doesn't tell me I have to be knocked down. So I don't get knocked down. And I think we are going to be done. Yes. Alright, it is the monster's turn. The monster controller is Megara. So we'll do this basic action first, per King's Combat. Survivor in the blind spot. Full move towards the target, so survivor in the blind spot, and he'll step back so that he's 1 away. So that will actually hit her unless she dashes, which she's going to. So she'll dash. She'll dash over here. And I think she'll dash up here just in case something... No, she'll dash over here. Okay. 3 attacks. It's a 3+ to hit Megara. It's a 3+, 4+, 5+ to hit her because she has +2 evasion. And of course, whenever I need to roll low, I roll 3 high. Body, waist. So she'll dodge one of them. And let's see if she keeps her survival. She does not. She's down to 2. Body she'll take. Waist she'll take. She's got a light injury on both of those locations, but she does 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and she gets knocked down. Really good to have leather armor when you face the Kingsman. Not only so you can get the shield, but so you can get the leather armor so you don't get knocked down, bashed all the time. And now it is forced thrust. So closest threat in field of view, in range. So that would be Thundar. Full move towards the target. Make a separate attack against each survivor in the highlighted zone. Oh, thank goodness. So he's going to have to do this. Well, if he just does that, it ends up being... And he doesn't even have to move. So that's what's going to happen. 3 attacks. It's a 3+ to hit. And this is Diana. So Diana's just got a +1 evasion. So it's a 4+ to hit her. So there's 2 hits. To these locations, a head and body. So she'll take the body, which gives her a light injury. Okay, she'll dodge the head, which takes her down to 1 survival. And it says bash, knockback 5. Okay. Good Lord, he just keeps knocking all of our characters down. I mean, these survivors need to stand up so that we can start hitting them. And now it's our turn. So, Thundar. 1, 2. He can't get to the back. 1, 2. He's going to come down here. Stand face to face with the Kingsman. He's going to do 2 attacks. It is a 7+ to hit the Kingsman. So there's an 8. So King Step says, whenever you attack, you may discard any number of battle pressure hit locations drawn and draw an equal number. So discard any number of battle pressure cards drawn. And boom. So now we have first strike. It says if I have heavy gear, I get knocked down, and then I return the battle pressure cards to the top. So I'm going to discard that, and I'm going to draw the next. Per King Step, I can do that once. And it is Regal Breastplate. So it is a Strength 1. So he needs a crit. That did not happen. It's a reflex. Turn to face the attacker, then without turning, move the monster 2 spaces directly away. 1, 2. Okay. If the attacker has King Step, they may follow the Kingsman and move 2 spaces forward. Otherwise, cancel all hits. Nah, he's good. He did his job. He got rid of the battle pressures. We may end up throwing our Founding Stone just to hurt him, but I kind of don't want to waste that right now. But he will use his Survival and Encourage. So Megara stands, and he did not lose his Survival. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. So, Megara is deaf, isn't she? Megara is deaf. She can't be encouraged. So I'll encourage her. Okay. So Megara's just going to stay down because she can't hear anything. She can't be encouraged. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we'll have Muse attack with the King Spear. She needs a 7 because she does have a -1 accuracy. So 7's to hit the Kingsman. There's 1 hit. And it is the Regal back. If you hit with a dagger, gain +3 strength. Nope. And so the King Spear is Strength 3. So she needs a 9 to wound the Kingsman. Come on. No. So nothing happened there. She will surge. So she is down to 2 survival. And she will attack again. She needs 7s. There's 1 hit. Trap. Attacker is doomed. All survivors within 2 spaces, which is just her, suffer. How many wounds does he have in the wound stack? Just 1, so it's 1 damage to the hand. Of course, Muse has already got a severe injury to the hand, so she's going to take a severe injury to the arm, which is a 5. Ruptured muscle. Arm hangs limp. You can no longer activate fighting arts. This injury is permanent and can be recorded once. Gain a bleeding token. So she's already got that recorded. It's this exact same injury she took before. Ruptured muscle. Just make sure of that. Yep. So she's going to get a bleeding token. Return any battle pressures to the top of the hit location deck. Of course, that was the trap, so we're going to go ahead and shuffle all of this back in. The fates are not kind to me. At least this campaign. Some campaigns I rock at. This campaign, I'm just telling you, it just seems like every time I need to roll high, I roll low. And every time I need to roll low, I roll high. And I am just getting mercilessly abused by the trap card. Welcome to Kingdom Death. Alright, do I cut this? Come on, Fate. Yes. Probably cut the trap card right to the top. And that's going to be it. The reason that's going to be it is because now the battle pressures are back on the top. So, nothing really I can do. We're going to go ahead and let him take his turn. So, basic action, survivor in the blind spot, there is none. And then closest survivor, that's going to be right there. These spaces get swept from here all the way to here. So it's only Muse. So it's going to be 3 attacks. It's a 3+ to hit Muse. And she doesn't have any special evasion stuff. So 3 attacks on her. It is a 10, 9, and 7. What did I just tell you? So 3s to the foot, and hand. So let's take a look. The foot, and hand is going to be 2 severe injuries no matter how I do it. I think we're going to let the arm be hit once. We're going to dodge one of the feet. So we're going to take an arm injury. Maybe we'll get a 5 again. So here we go. A 4. So close. Dismembered arm. Lose an arm. You can no longer activate 2-handed weapons. This injury is permanent and can be recorded twice. A survivor with 2 dismembered arms cannot activate any weapons. Gain a bleeding token. Well, I think that goes the spear, right? The spear is 2-handed, so she won't be activating the spear anymore. And the injury to the leg is an 8. 8 to the legs is broken leg. An ear-shattering crunch. Adjacent survivors suffer 1 brain damage. There is nobody adjacent. Suffer -1 movement. This injury is permanent and can be recorded twice. Gain a bleeding token. So she has a broken leg, a broken arm, a ruptured muscle, a dismembered arm. Maybe that's the broken arm. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I believe that's the direction it goes. Let me check. That way. That is correct. And she gets knocked down. Then we're going to draw an AI. Clang. The Kingsman bangs its lantern halberd rhythmically against the ground. All non-deaf survivors suffer 3 brain damage. If the settlement innovated Song of the Brave, they suffer 1 brain damage instead. So, we do not have Song of the Brave. So all non-deaf survivors suffer 3 brain damage. So let's take care of that. Diana doesn't have any more insanity. Megra is deaf. Muse goes down to 21. Thundar goes down to 4. Okay. And now what happens? Full move the Kingsman away from the most survivors. Turn to face the nearest survivor. That makes him stay closer. That makes him stay closer. Most survivors are forward. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Place any discarded battle pressure cards on top of the deck. Okay. So he is actually going to move 5 with a range of 6, 7 actually. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with a range of 6, 7. So if we stay here, we're okay. It's at the end of his turn. So she'll stand up. Oh no, that was she got knocked down on his turn. Oh no, she did not. That was her turn. She got knocked down. That was the trap. So she'll stand up, but Mew stays down. And oh, good lord, we're gonna make him come to us. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. He'll be here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. Okay. And we're going to go ahead and use. She's moved. We'll stay there for right now. All right. What do we want him to do? We want him to Zone of Death. All threats in zone are no target guard. Guard? What is his basic action of guard? Instinct. +5 toughness until the monster's turn. It doesn't really matter. We really need to crit him to do any damage, almost. Or we could do this. But then his range is 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is Spear. So he would come up and go 5 for his basic. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. We would have to move Thundar, who's only got 2 movement anyways, 3 movement anyways over here. And then after damage, gain a -1 movement token. Boy, it would take him down to almost nothing. So we're going to put King's Grace up top. The reason is King's Grace. Let's see how this plays out. Okay, monster controller is now Muse. So she's knocked down anyways. He's going to go forward 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 per his basic action. He does have a movement of 5. And he's got no target. So where it says no target, guard. So guard means Kingsman ends its turn and gains +5 toughness until the end of the next turn. So he ends his turn and he gets +5 toughness, which, again, it just doesn't matter to me because, yeah, it just doesn't matter because I need to crit. So 1, 2, Thundar is going to come up and try to hit. He needs 7s to hit. Oh, why am I rolling 3 dice? I have no idea. He needs a 7 to hit. So there's 2 misses. He's going to surge. He doesn't lose it. So there's 1 hit. So that will get rid of every battle pressure card. Okay, and he draws this, which is first strike, which is perfectly fine. He needs to crit anyway, so what does it matter? He needs a 10. Oh my god, Thundar, you're amazing with these crits. The finely worked axe is damaged. The Kingsman gains -1 speed token. Oh, that might help out a little bit to delay the death of my characters. And that it's not impervious, so there's another wound. Well, that's excellent. Good job, Thundar. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with Diana. And then she's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with a dash. Oh, which is her last survival. But we've got to do the damage when we can, right? So she's behind him. She's going to use... Oh, geez. She's going to use the Bone Blade. Because she's got to crit him anyway. So it's 2 attacks. 6, 5, 4 to hit him. So there's 2 hits on the Kingsman. Regal Helm, if you hit with a dagger, there's a wound. That's good. And this one is 2 spaces away, which is going to knock over Thundar. All right, so we'll do this one first. So I need to crit because he's got a +5 toughness right now. Crit! Holy cow. Attacker gains +1 survival. Well, that's awesome. The Kingsman staggers and gains a -2 toughness from the start of the next turn. So she's still got a +3 toughness. But it is a wound. And now that she has that survival and there is no battle pressure token, she's going to use that survival to surge. So 2 attacks, she needs 4s. There's 1 hit. Oh, wait a minute, I got another. Before I do that, erase that, forget that roll. Here's the second attack. She needs a crit. She did not get it. Now it says reflex. Turn to face the attacker, then without turning, move the monster 2 spaces away. 1, 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. If the attacker has king step, let me follow. No. 1, 2, 3, 4. Megara is going to come up. And she's going to attack with her axe. So 6 plus 5 plus 4 plus to hit him. So 2 hits in the blind spot. So it's a -4, -6, +5. So he's got a -1 toughness right now. So it's still 11. So I still need crit him. 2 first strike cards. Geez, which one shall we do? This one says if the attacker is wearing any heavy gear, and that says return battle pressures to the top. And this says the exact same thing. Okay, so we'll do... Nah, it doesn't matter. What are the crits? This one's good. It's got a -1 speed token. Halberd Spear. Come on, crit. That is the opposite. Attacker's wearing any heavy gear? No. And return all battle pressure cards to the top of the deck. Done. Okay, and here's the second one. I need to crit. That did not happen. And 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to go right up next to him. The reason is because I need him to... I tell you what, Thundar is knocked down. Megara, who's back here, is going to go ahead and encourage. She's deaf, but she can still speak. Encourage Thundar to stand up. Megara! She loses it. She's down to 1 survival. But at least Thundar's standing up. And that is the end of my turn. So the monster controller is now Thundar. And he's going to do basic action. So he's going to target the closest survivor. Right? Basic action. Survivor in the blind spot. So that's going to be Megara. Alright, Megara. It's going to be 2 attacks because of the -1 speed token. It is a 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus to hit Megara. So 1 hit. What location? The body. She can't take that without taking severe injury. She's going to dodge it. And she does not lose her survival. But she's used her dodge for the turn. And here we go with this one. Spear. Closest threat in field of view and range. That's Megara. It's 2 attacks. Oh, he'll actually back up 1 to attack Megara. Now it's going to attack her again. And so it's 2 attacks. It's a 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus to hit her again. 2 crits, of course. I can't dodge these. So what 2 locations? The head and the head. So those will both be severe injuries to the head. This could be the end of it all. Here's the first severe injury to the head, which is a 9. Shattered Jaw. You drink through it. You can no longer consume. You can no longer encourage. The injury is permanent and can be recorded once. Gain a bleeding token. Okay. So she has a Shattered Jaw. No consuming. No encouraging. Shattered Jaw. Okay. And the second severe injury to the head is a 4. Decapitation. You are dead. Okay. So, dead. That's great. Anything interesting with any of this? Nope. Weak spot, King's or King Combat. He doesn't get any pluses for killing one of my characters. And now it's our turn. Great. 1, 2, 3. That's all you can move. And he's going to attack with his Founding Stone. So it's 2 attacks. He needs 7s to hit. 2 misses. He's going to surge. And he does lose that survival. He's down to 2 survival now. And he's going to try to attack again. Come on! Well, there's almost no reason for me to attack with anybody else. Muse is going to back up. Let's see if she gets 2 crits. With her King Spear, she's 6s, 7s because of her accuracy minus. 7. But she's not adjacent. And 2 shots with the bow from Diana. Nah, she'll run up. 1, and then she'll attack her with the blind spot, so she needs 6, 5, 4. 4s to hit with her bone. Oh my god. And she doesn't have any survival. So, she's done. Battle pressure goes to the top. The controller is Diana now. Kingsman's going to attack the blind spot. It's just her. It's 2 attacks. It's a 3+ to hit her. 2 hits to these locations. 2 head locations. So the first one is going to take her to heavy injury. Okay, and the second one is going to be a severe injury to the head location. At 9, shattered jaw. No longer can encourage. She'll be knocked down, and she will head that direction. Okay. The AI card I draw is Hammer. That doesn't sound good. Knockdown survivor in range. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, he'll stop 1 short. 3 attacks, which is just 2. It's a 3+ to hit her. That's Diana, right? It's a 3+, 4+ to hit her. 2 crits, because this game hates me. Before damage, destroy armor. Reduce armor at this hit location to 0 before applying damage. So here's the first one. So, destroy armor. Reduce armor at this location 0. Okay, at least it's not destroyed. But it goes to severe injury on the body, which is a 9. Collapsed lung, you can't catch your breath, gain -1 movement token and a bleeding token. Okay, and the second injury goes to the hand. Destroy armor, take armor to 0. There is no armor at that location. So it's 3 damage. It goes to heavy. 4 on the arm. Dismembered arm. Lose an arm. You can no longer activate 2-handed weapons. The injury is permanent. Okay, so she lost an arm. He's chopping off arms left and right. Okay. And a bleeding token. Alright. So this is going terrific for us now. And that's it. She's knocked down on his turn. That's all we can do right now. So it is our turn. So from the back side, Thundar's going to attack. He needs a 6 from the rear. He's going to surge. He loses it. He needs 6. There's 1 hit. He's got 1 survival. He gets rid of every battle pressure card. He draws 1. It is Regal Faceplate. If you wound, I get -2 accuracy. If you hit with a dagger, well, unfortunately that's not a dagger, it's weapon stone. We're going to go ahead and keep this card. So he's got a 1 strength to a 12, 8, so a 9. A 9 or a 10 to wound him. That does not wound. So that is that. Alright, and now Muse is going to attack. She has a regular movement. I think she's going to stay there. She's going to attack him, and she needs a 7 with the King Spear. So there's 1 hit, and she hits him in the trap. Attacker is doomed. All survivors within 2 spaces suffer damage equal to the... So 3 damage. So attacker is doomed, but Thundar is not. So Thundar is going to use his survival and lose his survival to dash out of the way. So he has no more survival left. And so she's going to take 3 damage to the hand. And that takes her to severe injury, which is a 4. Dismembered arm. So she has no arms left and can no longer activate weapons. But she's going to get a bleed token anyways, so she dies. Okay, so we're going to shuffle the hit location deck again. 2 survivors dead, trying to defend our village against this guy. I'm thinking we're going to lose every survivor, but bear with me. Okay, and that's the end of our turn. So Thundar is now the monster controller. There's nobody in the blind spot for his basic action, so it says closest threat. Well, that is Thundar. He'll just go 1 step forward because he can reach him. It is going to be 2 attacks. It is a 3+, 4+, 5+ to hit Thundar. There's 1 hit on Thundar. 3 damage to the 3 damage to the body. So that's a light injury to his body. He gets knocked. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Knocked down. Drawing his AI card is Hook and Pull. Furthest threat in field of view. There is nobody. No target guard. So he ends his turn, and he's got a +5 toughness. So Diana stands up. And I don't even know if there's a reason that Diana should do anything. She'll bandage, meaning that she'll take her 2 bleeding tokens, get rid of them. And 1, 2, 3, 4, because she has a -1 movement token, just to get her closer to Thundar. And that's the end of my turn. So, actually, okay, that's the end of my turn. The reason I did that is the monster controller is now Diana. Kingsman says survivor in blind spot, closest threat is her. Full move towards the target. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, I need to be there, right? There we go. So that she's not in range. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5. There. Okay. So now she's not in range. Sorry, I had to do that. I'm trying to go so quickly because this battle is not going to last long. And now we draw the AI card. Hook and Pull. Furthest threat in field of view and range. Okay, so 1. It is 2 attacks. It is a 3+ to hit Diana, 4+ because of the evasion. 1 hit on her. So it's 3 damage to her body, which goes to severe injury for her. It's a 9 on body. Collapse long, you can't catch your breath, gain -1 movement token and a bleeding token. Could be worse. Probably will be worse very soon. She has -2 movement tokens and a bleeding token. Okay. And move the monster back 2 spaces. Without turning, target suffers grab. Move the monster back 2 spaces. Without turning, suffers grab. So that's 3 more damage to her head. which is a severe injury for her, which is a 7 on the head. Blind, -1 permanent accuracy. Gain a bleeding token. She's right back up to 2 bleeding tokens. And blind states, lose an eye, suffer -1 permanent accuracy. The accuracy is permanent and can be recorded twice. Survivor with 2 blind severe injuries suffer -4 and retires. Gain a bleeding token. Okay, so that's that. Oh, 1 damage per monster level, which takes me to severe injury anyways. Okay, so that's his turn. So 1, 2, 3. That's about all Thundar can do. Our turn's over. 1, 2, 3. Well, let's find out. 1, 2, 3. So he's going to do basic action. He's going to target Thundar, which gives Thundar an insanity. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he's out of range. Whew, just. And now we do the AI card, which is Trip. Furthest threat in range. So he'll move over. Full move towards the target. Make a separate attack against each survivor, which is just him. It is 2 attacks, but it's only 1 because we have -1 speed token on him. It is a 3+, 4+, 5+ to hit Thundar. That misses Thundar. Yay! We made it through an entire Kingsman round without getting hit. But both of our characters only have 3 movement, so this should be interesting. Shuffle the AI deck. Do I cut it? I do not. 1, 2, 3. And it's going to move forward. That's all she can do. And she'll get rid of her 2 bleed tokens. She's bandaging up like a mummy. Okay, and 1. Thundar's going to attack with his Founding Stone. He needs a 7 to hit. It's an 8. We'll get rid of every battle pressure card. Draw 1 card. It is Skirt. There's a reflex where he performs basic action against me, so I'm going to choose the next hit location card. And it is First Strike. So he's going to need basically a crit. There's a crit. The finely worked axe is damage. He gets a -1 speed token. Well, I should have done this at the very beginning. So now he's got -2 speed tokens. That is another AI card gone. And that's that. But just put any battle pressures to the top of the deck. So I just did that. And that's all we can do here. So Diana is the monster controller. Basic action. He'll back up 1 so that he keeps his distance without fighting. He'll take a swing with his basic action, which is a 3+, 4+, 5+ to hit him. It's only 1 attack now, but it does hit Thundar. It attacks him in the head. That is a heavy injury to the head for him. He has no survival, so he's got to take that. And he'll be swept off that way. The next AI card states Spear. Closest threat in field of view in range. 1, 2. Full move towards the target. Make a attack. It's 1 attack. It's a 3+, 4+ to hit her. Misses. And it's our turn. Unfortunately, Thundar's not down, so he can't get rid of any of the battle pressure cards. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 3. She can't get to him. She has no equipment that really is useful right now. And that's that. So it's his turn. So he's going to do basic action. Survivor in the blind spot. Threat. 1, 2. He's going to do 1 attack on her. He needs a 4+ to hit her. That's a miss. Then he pulls his AI card, and it states Force Thrust. Closest threat in field of view, that's her again. Full move towards the target, make a separate attack. So it's one attack. It's a 4+ to hit her again. That is a hit. It's 3 damage to her head. So she'll take a severe injury to the head. That's a 10. If you have 3+ courage, you boldly spit the truth out. Nope. Gain okay. Otherwise, the blow sends you sprawling and you are knocked down, which doesn't matter because she's going to be knocked down anyways. Okay, and at the end of his turn, Thundar stands up, goes 1, 2. Gets to attack in the blind spot. So he's going to attack with his Founding Stone. He needs 7 6s to hit. 1 hit, so I'll get rid of all the battle pressure cards. 1 hit. This makes him move 2 spaces away. So we'll go ahead and do that. There's no crit location here, but so in the blind spot, he's got a -4. My strength of the weapon is 1, so it's 5. So 12 minus 5 is 7. So I need a 7 to wound. Ah, I wounded. Believe it or not. So there's an AI card. And then it states, turn to face the attacker, then without turning, move the monster 2 spaces away. 1, 2. The attacker has King Step. They may follow the Kingsman and move 2 spaces forward, otherwise cancel all hits out of range. She can't attack. Nope, we're not going to pursue because there's no reason to. Start of the monster turn. Monster controller is Thundar. We'll do this. Nobody in the blind spot. Closest threat. He'll move up twice. He's going to attack once. He needs a 5 to hit Thundar. That's 1 hit. 1 hit to the foot. He'll take that. It's a light injury to the foot. And right. AI card states, furthest threat. There is no threat. He guards. Ends his turn. And he's got a +5 toughness. So both of our, well, she'll stand up. And she's got a bow. She can take a shot, but he's got battle pressures. And she's not next to him. He's got a +5 toughness. She's got a crit him. She can't even get to him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She only gets a movement of 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She's gonna move back, which is not good because Thundar's way over there. But she'll move back, and that's the end of my turn. So at the beginning of his turn, battle pressure cards to the top. Closest threat, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not even close enough to hit her. The AI card states, furthest threat in field of view and range. 1, 2, 3. That's going to be her. He doesn't need to get that close. It's 1 attack. It's a 3+ to hit her, which is a 4+. So it's a 6. It does hit her. It does 3 damage to her hand. So she'll take a severe injury to the hand. It's a 7. Broken Arm. An ear-shattering crunch suffers -1 permanent accuracy and -1 permanent strength. So she has 0 strength and -1 accuracy. Okay, what else happens to a broken arm? I think the injury is permanent and can be recorded twice. Gain a bleeding token. Broken arm. Okay, and then move the monster back 2 spaces. She gets grabbed. She suffers 1 damage. 1 damage to the body, which is a severe injury for her. 10 on the body. Bowled over, you are knocked down. Okay. Thundar stands up. 1, 2, 3. That's all he can do. And that's the end of our turn. It is the Kingsman's turn. Wait a minute. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can't reach. And his basic action is trip. Furthest threat in range. Bloop. It is 0 attacks. Speed of 2. So he's got a -2 speed. He's got 0 attacks on that one. And it is our turn. 1, 2, 3. Why not? And Thundar is going to attack. 1, 2, 3. Let's go to the side here. 2 attacks. He needs 7s to hit with the Founding Stone. There's 1 hit. Gets rid of all the battle pressure cards. And I draw Regal Helm. The wound will give me a survival. So why not? Let's go ahead and try to hurt him here. It's a crit. There's no crit location here, so it's just an injury. Attacker gains +1 survival. That's good. I think we'll keep that for right now. The Kingsman staggers and gains -2 toughness until the start of the next turn. Let's use the survival. I'm going to go ahead and let's attack again. So again, he needs 7s. There's 1 hit. This is going to give me another survival if I can wound. He's already got a -2 toughness. So that's a 10. It's a 9. I need a 9 or a 10 to wound him. That does not wound. Okay. It was worth a try. It's his turn. Battle pressures go to the top. Monster controller is Thundar. Closest threat for his basic. He'll step back 1. It's 1 attack. He needs a 5+. He does hit Thundar. To the hand. 3 damage to the hand. He's got a light injury on the hand now. Luckily, Thundar hasn't been hit too much. But he does get knocked down again. We'll pull an AI card. It is Cleave, closest threat in field of view and range. Boom. Full move towards the target. Did it. Make a separate attack against each survivor in the highlighted zone in the order indicated. So it's 1 attack. It's a 4+ to hit her. It's a 2, so that misses her. And that's that. Shuffle the AI cards. Okay, do I cut these? I do. 1, 2, 3. And that's really all she can do. Actually, 1, 2. And she'll go ahead and attack with her bone axe. She needs 6 7s because she is now at a -1 accuracy for the broken arm. So she needs 7s to hit. That's a crit. So here's the hit location. She'll do King Step. Why not? She has no battle pressures. Your body trembles and your eyes mind wavers. You struggle just to stand against the pressure projected by the monster. Discard all hit locations, end your attack, and attempt to overcome. Add +1 for battle temple tokens, which I don't have any. I need a 10. It's a 5. The monster easily predicts your motion and skewers you with his own momentum. Spend 1 survival or suffer a random severe body injury. Gain a tempo token. Okay, so I get a tempo token. Done. And I suffer a severe body injury because I have no survival. Oh, body injury. Okay, so it's already going to be a severe. It's a 7. 7 on the body. 7 on the body is Ruptured Spleen, a vicious body blow. Skip the next hunt, gain 2 bleeding tokens. Ouch. Probably not worth it. She didn't get knocked down, though, so that's good. Okay. That's the end of my turn. Battle pressure's on the top. It is his turn. Diana is the monster controller. He's going to go back 1. He's going to try to attack her. He needs a 4+. That hits her. It hits her in the body, so that's going to be a severe injury for her. To the 3 on the body. 2 bleeding tokens. She is dead. That's 5 bleeding tokens for her. Next, furthest threat, no threat guard. He ends his turn. He gets a 5+. I think that's all guard does, right? Yep. He's got a... Okay, so that doesn't matter anyways. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. So we're way over here now. It is his turn. He targets Thunder. One, two, three, four, five. 5. Okay, can't reach him, but he's sure going to reach him with this one. Closest threat in field of view and range. 1. It's 1 attack. He needs a 5+. That misses. 1, 2, 3. Thunder is going to come up. And he's going to attack him. He needs a 7. There's 1 hit. So all the battle pressure cards are gone. 1 hit. This puts the battle pressure cards on the top, which doesn't matter for him. So we'll go ahead and do this. He needs a crit. That is a 2. That is not a crit. Battle pressure cards go on top. And that's the end of his turn. Beginning of the monster's turn. He comes back here. He targets him again. He needs a 5. That hits him. Hits him in the body. That takes him to severe injury on the body, but he's got a Tridecanthus. So we archive that and ignore the severe injury. The next AI card states, Force Thrust, closest threat in the range. He's already there. It's 1. He needs a 5+ to hit him. It hits him. Oh. Just a second. Closest threat, no threat guard. So he's guarding. Thunder stands up. 1, 2, 3. Can't get there. So again, he attacks Thunder. He needs a 5+. That hits him. Welcome back. We are going to take care of the settlement phase for land in year 10. The showdown, which we just got back from, was against the Kingsman level 1, where he was able to take out all of the survivors. We sent out some crippled survivors, some injured survivors, and a couple of new survivors, knowing that I don't think our settlement nor our survivors were actually strong enough to survive that. And sure enough, the Kingsmen took them out very quickly and handedly. It looked like we had a glimmer of hope, even for new survivors, for just a split second, and then that quickly faded. And some of them bled out to death. Some of them died due to severe injuries. But we're back here. So setting up the settlement, we've done that. Survivors return. Those survivors return. We got 2 endeavors per settler that died during the showdown. And coming back, we have collective toil. It says, your settlement leans into the storm. If everyone holds strong, you will triumph at the start of the settlement phase. So to start, gain 1 for every 10 population. Well, with those 4 deaths, and even though it doesn't say update the death count until here, our death of 4 survivors brings us down to 9. So the way I play that is, it's not that I wait here to update my death count. I will actually go ahead and say I don't have 4 survivors. So my real population right now is 9. So that's the way I play it, because I know they say don't update the death count until here. Updating the timeline. So we'll go ahead and draw a settlement event. So here we go. We will take the 6th one in the stack. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the 6th one. And it is Heat Wave. Okay, I'll read that to you. It is impossibly hot. Any returning survivors with heavy fur gear have heat stroke and may not depart this lantern year. Well, I don't have any returning survivors. The lingering effects are the heat wave prevents science and education endeavors. Okay. And if you depart with heavy gear in your gear grid, set your survival to 0 after applying all bonuses. So we do have a couple of heavy. That's the boots, the White Lion boots, the White Lion helm, and the White Lion coat. Those are the heavy gear in our gear grid. Well, the King Spear is heavy also. What else do we have that's heavy? Looks like that's it. Yes, so maybe we'll have to think about what we're actually departing with this time. We could do an endeavor, which is find fluids. And I think we're going to do that because it allows you to depart with heavy gear normally. And breathe fumes. Gain a random disorder. Extra sense fighting on around 8+. I don't think we'll do that. And that last one requires cooking. So we can do this one, which is find fluids. And I think we're going to go ahead and do that. We'll do that in a little bit. Update the death count. Let's go ahead and do that right now. So we are down to 9 survivors. And we lost Thundar to the Kingsman. We lost Diana and Muse to the Kingsman. And we lost Megara. So I've updated their deaths on here. And just something I like to do, I'll highlight their names on the back. Makes it easier for me to see the dead. And yes, this settlement has a lot of dead. So that's done. I'll also recur Heat Wave here. Alright. And that is update the timeline. Check milestone story events, none. And now we're at develop. So we have 2 organs. We have a lion testes and we have a cat's eye, right? Yes, Eye of the Cat. Those organs are not going to do us much good. So we have a ton of endeavors. We do have Olympus, who's got Tinker. I think we'll take him out next time. We have our Savior, Mary. She's still alive. We'll take her out next time. We have Jason, who's got Mighty Strike. We're going to take him out next time. So I tell you what we're going to do. We're going to do this Heat Wave event where we spend an endeavor and we get to roll. So hopefully we can depart with heavy gear normally. That's a 4. Find nothing. We'll do it again. Find nothing. We'll do it again. It's a 10. Endeavor normally. I don't care about that. We're going to do it again. Nothing. We'll do it again. Nothing. We'll do it again. Nothing. We'll do it again. Nothing. Okay. So we've used every single endeavor because my rolls are amazing during this campaign. You guys must be wondering how I roll so badly during my campaigns. I have no idea. With that being said, we cannot depart with the King Spear, nor any of this lion gear. If we do, we set our survival to 0. So I tell you what we're going to do. We're actually going to go out with lion gear, and the spear we're going to give to our bow person. No, not to our bow person. Give all the heavy gear to one person, and our person with the bow will give some different armor. And we'll swap these all around so that we can actually depart. There we go. Perfect, perfect. We need the person with the lion gear to get stone noses so they can gain a survival upon starting the showdown. And perfect. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and let one person set their survival to 0 because we have to depart with some armor. We don't have much else to do. Honestly, that's all we've got. True enough. So we're going to prepare departing survivors. Told you that was going to be quick. And we're going to create one more character. Let me go ahead and tell you who we're going to take out. Olympus, Mary, Jason, and we're going to take out looks like we're going to take out, I hate taking out another female, but honestly I only have 3 males left. I have 1, 2, 3 females left. 4 females. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me count just to make sure I've got the right number of people. So Petska's alive, Olympus, Jason, and a unnamed male, Valkyrie, Mary, 2 unnamed females. So I am down to 8 population. I have 9 written down. Every once in a while I got to double check. And with that being said, we're going to take out a female. And we're going to name that female Seraph. Okay, so I will create Seraph, and we'll see you on the hunt, and probably going to combine the hunt and showdown. I am in desperate need of some resources. We do have dash, so we are going to go after the level 2 Screaming Antelope next. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next video.